What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Blue, and welcome back to Train Sim World. And we are here at the end of the line up in Lancaster, California. This is the very tip top of the Antelope Valley line, and I am going to do something that I always wanted to do since the beginning of Train Sim World for introducing it, and that is spawn a freight train here on the Antelope Valley line and run it through the mountains. So I hit the tab key, I went to spawn new train, and now I'm gonna go find the train that I want to spawn, which is gonna be the ST70 ACE Union Pacific. And I'm gonna go down to the Husky stacks. That's 100 loaded freight cars, I should say. I'm gonna go back here towards this fence, and I'm gonna hit X to spawn the train. And it's just that easy. Again, one of my personal favorite features of Train Sim World 4 since they've introduced this is being able to just spawn any train anywhere. So alright, so we've done that. So we're not done though, because this is cool. This is a 100 consist let's just say maxi stack or double stack or however you want to call them, Husky stack train. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect this first lead loco here. So I'm going to go decouple. And so once you decouple any part of the train, you can now delete it. So I'm gonna hit tab key again and we'll delete that. So that's gonna delete only that piece of the train. And now we're gonna kind of customize this. So later on down the road, Train Sim World is gonna be adding a formation designer, and I cannot wait for that because I'm basically gonna create a bunch of really cool, long as heck freight trains. But until then, we have to kind of do this on the fly. So I'm hit tab key again to spawn new train, and this time we'll try something a little special, just for fun. Sometimes you see these out in the wild. I know I see them where I'm from for sure, but we're gonna add a AC44 CW Union Pacific, except we're gonna throw the Canadian Pacific livery on it. You know, kind of as if Canadian Pacific train just happened to show up, or maybe they're using it or ferrying it. Who knows? Sometimes you'll see this happen. So we'll go ahead and spawn that one. Like so. So there's our Canadian Pacific, and what I'll do is I'm gonna hop. Let's see. You know what? We'll do this all together. So let's go add one more because we have a lot of freight cars back there. And we need some extra power, right? So we go spawn new train. We're gonna go AC44 again. There we go. UP, and this time we're gonna spawn the Union Pacific AC4400. Light locomotive, but three of them times 3 will spawn. Now this should be I can't remember what direction it goes. Does it goes this way? I mean, I guess I'm gonna go hop into the lead end of the Union Pacific train over here, which will be the front end of our train as we head southbound towards LA. We'll climb up here, run around to the front. Trains are already started. I do wish that was an option too. It'd be nice to have the option to spawn in either, you know, cold and dark trains or already, you know, turned on trains. So I was gonna get this lead cab ready. So we'll go down here, and there's a gen field switch we gotta pop on. So I think I turned it on. Did I click it? I can't tell if I clicked it or not. Let's see. Yep, it's on. All right, cool. So gen field switch is on. We'll go over here to our PFD screen or MFD screen and go to air brakes. We'll set the cut in to, cut in / out to cut in, and then lead to lead. There we go. So make sure you get cut in and lead and save. That's F6. You can hear the brakes doing their brake stuff, and we'll hit exit right there. All right, so now the brakes are set up and this train is ready to be the lead locomotive. We'll set the lights to dim since we're not necessarily ready to completely depart yet. We'll put our reverser into reverse. We'll put our independent brake on just a little bit. Release the automatic brake. We can go to the outside view now. And now I'll release independent brake as well. And we're going to back up. We'll do it nice and slowly. One thing I noticed with these larger trains, sometimes you may either get a crash or a derail due to like the physics freaking out. So nice and steady. Boom, there it is. We're connected, and keep going. Boom, we're connected. So all the lead locomotives are all connected. Let's go ahead and hop onto the independent brake, and we'll go back inside and put it back into neutral. So we've now connected the entire consist, front to back. Matter of fact, I can show you if I go back into the engineer seat here. Go to the outside. If you hit the 2 key on my keyboard, Hit it again, go to the back of the train. Let's see what happens. There it is. So we still have the SD70s in the back. I'll leave it that way. That should be plenty of power to make it happen. But yes, a nice long train. So let's go back to the front. And if we go to the escape key, we can now see that we have 107 total cars in our consist. It's 9,745 tons, and we are 6,525 feet long, which is basically 1.6 miles is how long our train is. Amazing. So, all right, now we've done that. We don't need to set up the train anymore. But one thing I do, just in case, I don't know if I have to do this. I'm just a bit paranoid. I want to make sure all my brakes are working. I'll go back through and kind of cycle the brakes just to make sure, now that we got, you know, a bunch of different locomotives connected, to make sure that it did actually take that. So go cut in, lead, save. Actually, we'll do it opposite. We'll cut it out, save. And then I'm actually going to go to the overhead. We'll turn on the banking con, which is kind of like the way that they have the DPU set up in Train Sim World. So we can have control of the trains in the back as well. At least I hope it actually works. I don't know if it really works correctly in like free roam mode per se. So we'll go cut in, lead, save again, and exit. Now again, I don't know that you need to actually do this. Just an extra precaution that I take to make sure that everything hopefully works. All right, so front lights, bright auxiliary, forward. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to depart. All right, brakes release. We'll give it some throttle. Give it 2 notches to get started. And hopefully we can pull this baby. All right, got our amps climbing up now. Not moving just yet. Oh yes, there's one more thing I forgot to do before we actually move. Wow, big deal. So we want to set some sort of path. Like, where the heck are we going with this thing, right? So I'm gonna right click on my, actually left click on my train, set path. Oh crap, we're rolling backwards. Independent brake. Hold on a second. All right, so to the map, I'm gonna click on our train, set path. We'll zoom out and just kind of find somewhere to put it. So I really mainly want to get us through the mountains, which is all this fun stuff right here. We don't have to go all the way to LA. But the thing is that our train is so long, it's gonna be very hard to find a siding long enough to fit our train between here and LA. It is a double track right here, so technically we could probably put it here. Just outside the mountains. Let's see what else we got. Where does this go? A few branch lines here. Yeah, let's put it here. We'll make this our waypoint. We may continue, we may not. We might end it there. It depends on how long it takes. So hit confirm. That is our new destination. Now we have an icon on our map showing we're 33 miles away. Jesus, that's far. And so now we got somewhere to go. So now we have a green light up ahead as well, which is good. So you will not get the signal if you don't actually have a destination. So we're at Ford. Now we can actually depart. We'll go ahead and put the 2 notches of power in. Slowly release the independent brakes. We are on an uphill gradient, so you want to do your hill start procedure. All right, notch 3. And again, if you're unfamiliar, the hill start procedure is to add a little bit of throttle first while holding the brakes, and then slowly release the brakes, preferably the independent brake. Automatic if you absolutely need to. All right, that's good. So independent brakes are fully released and built off. We are gaining speed. And we'll go notch 4. And in order to keep us from ripping the train apart, you want to let the effort stabilize, like how much actual like pull you're getting stabilized, and then go into the next notch and add some more throttle in. I have a train crossing up ahead. Let's go ahead and honk the horn. There we go, and that is our first crossing. And I can't wait to get a drive-by of this. 25 miles per hour as of right now. And we do have to watch out for traffic. So here's the thing. that even though, you know, I'm spawning in trains, this is still a regular timetable service. All I did was spawn in on foot in Lancaster at like 10 o'clock on a Saturday. You know what I mean? And so there's still a lot of trains on this route doing the things they normally would do if you were just to go hop into any service. All I did is I added a train to that, a big old freight train. So this might cause some issues down the road. I don't know, but I'm here for it. All right, beautiful. We're still heading southbound. I'm gonna go full throttle, notch 7, which I think is the top notch we can go in this train. Actually, nope, there it is, notch 8. That's what I thought. I was like, notch 7, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, notch 8. So full throttle now. We're doing 34 miles per hour at the moment, and our speed limit, our track speed is 70 miles per hour. I believe, though, I gotta check the track signage, but I think the actual top speed for freight specifically might be 55. But I'll keep an eye out for some signals, because here's the thing is that a lot of times routes like this, and you'll even notice it on the Cajon Pass route, you'll see a sign that has 2 speed limits on it, and I'll show you an example later on, but one speed limit is for passenger trains and the other is for freight trains. So we'll keep an eye out for that as we're going through. But I like the fact that we get to go a bit faster, right? A lot of times these routes that we play, these freight routes, you know, they have us going like 25, 15, 30 miles an hour for hours on end, and people start getting kind of like, you know, bored of that, right? And so I've always wanted to run a route in Train Sim World that is, you know, still heavy freight, still challenging, long, but also like fast, right? So you can actually get up to speed, get going, get where you want to go in a decent amount of time. So we'll see if we can even get up to 70. Again, we're fairly heavy. We have a lot of tractive effort up in the front. I mean, if we go to the outside view, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 2 more on the back. So we have a total of 7 diesel locomotives pulling this 100 car, maxi stack train, so, or double stack train. So we have a lot of help. So hopefully when we get to the mountains, when the gradient raises a lot more, it'll come. So honestly, if we wanted to, we could add even more help. We can maybe add some to the back, maybe add 2 more diesel locomotives to the back to help us, you know, get a little bit more traction. So it's whatever you want to do. It's what I like about the ability to spawn trains in, is that you can really create your own gameplay here. You know, so what we're doing right now is creating our own gameplay. Here comes another crossing. Lots of crossings here. It's pretty quiet from the inside, but a lot of crossings on this map as well. So if you're somebody who likes to lean on the horn or sit on the horn, this is definitely going to be a route you're going to enjoy, especially for freight and for passenger as well. But yeah, hopefully we have enough horsepower per ton to get through the mountains, because I know that is definitely going to be a challenge. So I'm going to try to get as much speed as I can right now before we get to the hilly part, and see how things go. Alright, we're going to come back on the throttle here as we're getting to the single track portion. That's going to take us into the mountains here, and the speed limit is going to drop. We're still climbing uphill, and we are speeding a little bit there. We did get our speed up to 65 though, which is not too bad. That nice long straightaway coming from Lancaster allows us to pick up speed quite good. But so we overspeeding a little bit coming into this section, but we'll be slowing down just a little bit as we climb the mountain. I don't know what it is, but there's something oddly satisfying about watching a long, heavy freight train slowly just creep his way, snaking through the mountains. I don't know what it is about it, but I love watching it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it too. So we are still 25 miles away from our chosen waypoint or stopping point. We got a 2.2% gradient now as we're still snaking through the mountains. We got a bit of a double track portion coming up, which I think is really only just a siding, or it might be, I believe it's actually a station coming up. That's why there's double track. But so far we got green lights all the way. Haven't seen any other traffic, and this part of the route is mostly single track. You can't fit a lot of trains on here at once. But if you do, someone may be waiting in an area like this, waiting at a stop signal, something like that. But it really depends. So, but we're definitely slowed down. I'm still max throttle notch 8, and we're only doing 26 miles an hour, even though the line speed or the track speed is 49 miles per hour. So again, if we had maybe brought a bit more horsepower with us, a bit more tractive effort, which I probably would have preferred to put at either in the back of the train or somewhere in the middle, we could probably go a bit faster. But I think we have enough to get through the mountain pass. We're just not going to be able to go extremely fast while doing it. So we'll see how it goes. But 2.2 is the highest gradient I've seen so far, but I think it's going to get a bit worse than that. But yeah, over there on our left side, that is definitely a kind of a bit of a siding, somewhere you can like a storage siding. And then yeah, we're coming up on a station right up ahead, and I believe this station is Vincent. I think this is the Vincent station, possibly. All right, well, that may have just been the peak or one of them. I'm not sure what the gradient looks like, but we're now doing 49 miles an hour because we're now going downhill 2.9 or 2.2%. So we're gonna have to jump into the dynamic braking now, which I guess I should have expected. There's a sign right there. Yeah, so 54 for passenger, 45 for freight. So basically our speed limit is 45. So we can see if we can catch the train here. I was not necessarily paying attention enough to recognize that we had the downhill portion coming up, so we're going to try to jump on the dynamic brake as much as we can. And you can see there, it goes back into a single track. We do have the green light, so thank God for that. The speed limit is going to jump up here in a little bit as well, but we're going to try to lose some speed. But right now, we're still gaining at 59. We're 10 miles over. Yep, 60, so we're not quite slowing down. If we're going to stay on this gradient for long, we're going to have to add more. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and get ahead of that. We're going to add just a little bit of automatic brake, minimum reduction. And we'll see if that helps. So adding that automatic brake will send braking effort down the whole length of the train to help us slow down. So yeah, speed limit is now 54, but we're still speeding. So we might need more. We're already maxed out on dynamic brake. If you guys watched back a home pass video when doing that whole crazy gradient, you know that at higher speeds, the dynamic brake is not as effective. So we're kind of out of the envelope. So yeah, we're going to have to save this one because if a red signal comes up, we are not going to make it. All right, get a little bounce as we hit these curbs. All right, come on, bring it back. Do I need more brakes? Yeah, we're not slowing down at all. We've equalized it, which is good. So we're not going any faster than 64, but we obviously are going too fast. So automatic brake down is 71%. And it looks like it's now slowly ticking down. Yeah. All right, yeah, it's slowly ticking down. We're max. Yeah, we're maxed out on the dynamic brake. We can't add any more dynamic braking. And the automatic brake is now slowly kicking in. I feel like by the time we actually slow down enough, we're probably going to be time to speed up again. All right, we got a crossing coming up. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we saved it, guys. I think we saved it. No runaway trains today. There we go. Alright, cool. We are now under control. I'm gonna start bringing out the dynamics, and we'll see if we can hold the train just on the automatic brake application we got going on already. Because the thing is, those brakes can be set, man. I'm not getting any information from the rear, sadly. Yeah, we're still slowing down even without dynamic brakes because the train wants to come to a stop, because we're basically dragging the brakes in the back. So I might start releasing the brakes. We'll wait till we get to like to 40. Give ourselves a buffer. We're also, our gradient's also slowing down or shallowing. Yeah, let's go ahead and start releasing those brakes. You can't really release them just a little bit. You gotta kind of release them fully. And then I'm gonna bring back in the dynamics to keep us under speed here. And we'll see how it works. 20 miles to go. You can see the train like kind of kicking because the slack is kind of bouncing back and forth on the couplers, which is simulated. 36, yeah, so we're doing okay. We've kind of stabilized at 36. We can go a little less dynamic brakes. Back on the power handle. We'll try B1. Yep, that's okay. Let's do B2. This is fun. I'm having fun. I had a feeling that the mountains were gonna be a bit tricky. Yeah, so let's go ahead and add more dynamic braking because it's trying to. Now the brakes are releasing and the weight of the train is pushing us. That gravity is pushing us down the hill. So I want to kind of start adding dynamic braking until I start to notice that either the speed is equalizing or we're slowing down. And if we're not slowing down at all, then that might mean that we need some air brakes again. Yeah, so 35 miles per hour is now the new speed limit coming up for freight trains specifically. Even though our HUD says 54, that's for passenger because this route had passenger trains in mind, not freight trains in mind. So I don't think they built in the correct speed limits for freight trains. All right, so that's good right there. So we can come back maybe a couple notches on that. Make sure we use our horn. And we're getting to the real mountainous part now. We're looking good, guys. We're looking good. Everything is under control. Don't worry. I got this. You just enjoy the view. Hold on, we got to hop into my other favorite feature in Train Sim World, and that is photo mode. So, you know, I think a lot of people would agree with me, those who have been playing Train Sim World for that it takes you like 2 times longer to finish a run because you spend like an extra hour just using photo mode and trying to get the perfect shot. So we'll see what we can get here. This is a nice little angle here with the brush right here in the foreground. Oh, that's kind of sick. That is kind of dope. One like signature of mine, at least in photo mode in Train Sim World, is adds just a slight bit of rotation there. Just kind of adds a little bit of character, a little bit of action. It kind of gives you a little action to feel a bit like movement, you know. So we can do something like, oh, we go like that. That kind of cool as well. Might get a few shots out of this. We'll definitely add in the depth of field. So bring this all the way back to 0 and then focal point. Make sure we focus on the train. Look at that. Check that out. That's dope, right? That is sick. So you can focus on the tree or you can focus on the train. Obviously, the train is the main focus here. So we'll get that going and get the camera adjusted and we'll get us a nice little shot here. Down just a little bit. Oops, hold on. There we go. And then we'll change the rotation just a little bit more. Something like that. And just, yeah. I kind of want to fit in that little gap in the tree. Like, that's kind of dope. That's kind of cool. I can dig that. Now all we can do, we can take a screenshot, boom, save and upload. And of course, I'm gonna sit here and take like a million more of these. We'll see what other shots I get. But man, I love the photo mode. We'll go on this side as well. All right, we're still cruising downhill, doing 38 miles per hour. Speed limit is 47, but I do believe it's still technically 35, but you know, we'll just let that go. But really cool driving this through the mountains, I gotta say. We still got 18 miles to go, so we're almost halfway through here. Got a negative 2.1% grade. I'm gonna add some more dynamic braking. Been kind of being a bit easy on it. When we hit those 2%, that's when we really start to struggle. Now the crossing, again, this has a lot of crossings on it. A lot. But loving the foliage. I've made videos in the past before about this route, and I definitely like the visuals of it personally. I do, and I've just been wanting to run a freight train on it for so long. So I'm loving that we can do the free roam or the spawn train feature to kind of allow me to kind of scratch that itch, right? Sadly, we didn't get any new freight routes with Train Sim World 4 in the initial release. You know, later on down the road, we'll get some more US content, some more freight trains and things like that. But sadly, with the release this time, we did not get a new freight route. Cajon Pass is still a decent route to run. I mean, remember this, if you have Train Sim World 3, and then you jump into Train Sim World 4, all of your Train Sim World 3 routes still work in Train Sim World 4, and they get all the features. So basically anything from Train Sim World 3 onwards, you get all the new fog effects and visual effects. So that's a positive. So I think Cajon Pass would be good to revisit, maybe like on a foggy day or something like that. But there's another siding here on our left, a very short one, and a big bend coming up. All right, we're still about 7 miles away and coming up on a big significant speed drop here when we hit this tight turn. Woo-hoo. Trying to get it slowed down, but I'm doing my best. All right, we just came around the one of the tightest turns on the route. We got a 40 mile per hour up there. We're doing 30 at the moment, but this is where we are on the map right now. So again, we started all the way back up in Lancaster. We basically run half of the route for the most part, and we're gonna have, I guess, a bit of straight track, which would be nice, because we've been snaking through this section for about an hour or so. But it's about to straighten out. Speed limit is probably gonna go up, and we're almost to our crew change point. So hop back into the train. Still got green lights. I have not seen any traffic, so I'm guessing that dispatch is probably holding up traffic to allow us to go through, because again, a lot of this route is single track. So, but I'm surprised to not at least see one Metrolink kind of sitting along the side. But it is, I guess, later in the morning, so it's not necessarily rush hour. So, but speed gonna be jumping up to 45 once the back of our train passes that speed limit sign. But we are pretty much on the home stretch here. You can see on the top right of our screen, right above my camera, it shows we have a 50 mile per hour coming up and then a 70, and I can't wait for that 70. And here we are getting ready to break out of the tunnel right underneath Interstate 5. Nice. We are going downhill now, so we're going to have to start getting on the brakes a little bit. Speed's going to be dropping. And we are speeding just a little bit. And we got an orange light, which I think means that I think this... maybe not. We're not too far out from... Only 2.5 miles away from our stopping point. So we'll have to see, but I do like that tunnel. That tunnel's pretty cool. Alright, we got a red over a yellow, which means we should be converging here over to, I believe, the right track. And this will also be kind of like our siding that will be coming to a stop on. So at some point between now and the next signal, we will have to stop, and hopefully that's enough track to fit our entire train. This is technically not a siding. This is more of like, you know, like a short double track section. So if you have two trains meeting in the other direction, you have, you know, space for that other train to get through, so that we can then move on to the single track portion again. But see, that track spurs off to the right there, which is not currently... I don't think we can go there. And no, I don't believe we can go over there. That car is doing weird things. So watching our speed, because we had a 2.5% downhill gradient earlier, just about a mile ago. So trying to manage that. But here we go under a few more of the highway interchanges. And this would be a pretty long... Yeah, I think it's going to be plenty of space for us in here. I can already tell. It's plenty of, I think we're how long are we? Like 9,000, 5,000 feet long, something like that. All right, we're coming around the corner, and yep, there it is right there. 500 yards is our stopping point, and we're actually going to bring it to a stop here because there is a street crossing right here, and I don't think the locals would be happy if we block the street. So I'm going to see if we can try to come to a complete stop here. I don't know if it's going to work. Might have decided a little too late. We might barely make the signal, now that I'm thinking about it. 22, yeah, we're definitely gonna block the street. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it's gonna be close. Okay. Woo, man. I was like, man, I guess it's a good thing that I stopped when I did, because I was gonna push it even farther. I was like, oh, we're only going like 20 something. It can't be that hard to stop. But yeah, it's a long train. I almost forgot about that. But guys, welcome. This will be a good place to park it for now, for an hour or so, and maybe have a crew change, and they can take it the rest of the way to LA or San Diego or wherever else they want to take this train. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of the driver's seat here, and we will hop straight out the nose. And but yeah, so one of my favorite features is being able to just spawn trains anywhere, and I'm super excited to be able to finally run some freight here on the Antelope Valley. I'm still surprised I didn't see any Metro links come through the whole time, but I guess we'll see. You know what? We'll go and grab a hot dog. This will be our lunch break. And all you guys are just gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to deal with it. Yeah. Go talk to the city for putting freaking railroad crossings right next to stoplights. What's up, homie? Can I get a hot dog, my G? Thank you. Appreciate you. Well, guys, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have an amazing day. Until next time, remember you got 3 choices: ketchup, mustard, or pretzels. Just kidding. 3 choices. Give up, give in, and give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I'll see you guys next time in the next video. We out, baby. Cease.